Every year, new footage surfaces that leaves even experts stumped. Not only blurry photos or campfire tales, but clear, chilling videos from forests, highways, and backyards across the world. Figures moving just beyond the tree line, eyes reflecting in the dark, shapes that don't match any known animal. And no matter how closely investigators study these clips, they can't explain what's in them. Tonight, we're breaking down the most convincing Bigfoot and cryptid encounters ever caught on camera. 30. The vanishing of Jordan Grider. In the fall of 2018, Jordan Grider, a man who had lived off the grid for more than 10 years, walked into the boundary waters of Minnesota. For him, the wild wasn't just an escape, it was home. He could vanish into the trees for months and return with little more than a deeper knowledge of survival. But this time was different. On October 8th, he sent his family a simple photo of a beaver pond. The next day, he bought supplies in town. After that, silence. His truck was later found blocking a forest road, but there was no sign of him. Weeks passed before searchers stumbled upon his campsite hidden deep in the woods. What they found was chilling. A tarp shelter, a hammock soaked in blood, belongings scattered, and a pistol left unused. Yet there was no body. Months later, a few of his bones were recovered, but most of his remains were gone. No bite marks, no clear sign of animals, and no explanation. A seasoned survivalist had vanished as if the forest itself swallowed him. What really happened to Jordan Grider remains one of Minnesota's darkest mysteries. 29. Strange encounter at the hidden lake. The Expedition Bigfoot crew set out on a tense mission deep in Alaska. Using modern technology, they had narrowed their search to a remote mountain lake, a spot they believed was a prime location to find signs of Bigfoot. Russell monitored the area with a tethered drone, scanning for any moving heat signatures. Meanwhile, Maria and Ronnie circled the lake with thermal cameras, covering areas the drone could not reach. The forest was rough at night. Twigs and fallen branches made every step risky. Their flashlights gave limited vision, and the darkness added to the sense of unease. Soon, Maria heard rustling nearby, a sound moving above them in the trees. Ronnie also began to hear strange noises heading toward the water. Russell advised the two to back away from the lake for safety. But then Maria spotted a heat signature near Ronnie's position. The shape stayed hidden, but its presence was undeniable. 28. The Freeman footage. On August 20th, 1992, deep in Oregon's Blue Mountains, Paul Freeman, a former U.S. Forest Service patrolman, followed strange tracks near Deduck Spring. They were large, human-like impressions pressed into the soil, scattered through the undergrowth. He had been studying the area for weeks, convinced something unusual was moving through the forest. That day, the woods grew tense. A rustle, the crack of heavy steps, and then a massive upright figure appeared, striding through the trees with long arms swinging low. Freeman's camera caught it. The footage later became one of the most debated pieces of evidence in Bigfoot research. Scientists studied it frame by frame. The movement seemed too fluid for a man in a costume. Sunlight played across thick strands of hair. Experts compared it to the famous Patterson-Gimlin film, calling it possible proof. For many, Freeman's encounter remained the strongest hint that something unknown still roamed those forests. 27. The night the rake was caught on camera. In July 2025, a camper unknowingly took a photograph that would later stir fear and debate online. The image, uploaded on July 18th, had reportedly been taken late at night at his campsite. At the time, he thought nothing of it. Only when it resurfaced as a photo memory did he notice something disturbing hidden in the frame. Off to the left, stood a tall, pale humanoid figure. It was thin, almost skeletal, with long limbs and a small round head. It appeared to be walking away while glancing back at the camera. The campsite's grill and tent were visible in the foreground, making the figure's presence even more chilling. Online theories quickly spread. Many pointed to the infamous cryptid known as the Rake, described as hairless, grayish, and disturbingly human-like. Others suggested an alien. Whatever it was, the photo looked like something not of this world. 26. The trail cam visitors. A trail camera in the Appalachian Mountains captured a scene that has unsettled many people. Posted online by Elizabeth Maynard 98, the footage shows two strange figures moving across her property. At first, they are seen crawling on all fours, their shapes hard to identify. They vanish briefly before reappearing, this time walking upright. Their thin bodies and glowing eyes make them look even more unnatural. They seem hairless, almost resembling the classic image of an alien. What makes the footage more disturbing is the way they walk. Their steps are short and stiff, almost like they are not used to standing on two legs. The eerie movement, combined with their strange appearance, has sparked endless debate. Some say they look like rakes, others call them skinwalkers or even wendigos. Whatever they were, the clip has left viewers deeply unsettled. 25. The watching creature. A disturbing photograph has been shared online by a Facebook user named Shunique Legacy. She claims that strange creatures, often described as dogmen, have been appearing around her property and frightening her family. This image is said to be one of the most unsettling pieces of evidence yet. In the photo, a tall figure lurks in the shadows, partly hidden behind a tree. One glowing eye reflects back at the camera, piercing through the darkness. The body looks unnaturally large and oddly stretched, its outline fading into the night as if it doesn't fully belong there. The dog-like traits are hard to miss. Long snout, sharp ears, and a stance that seems almost human but not quite. The picture raises more questions than it answers. Yet one thing is certain. Something was standing there, watching silently from the trees. And whatever it wasn't human. 24. The Dogman in the forest. On April 14, 2025, a video surfaced showing a chilling encounter deep in the woods. The original date of recording remains unknown, but it quickly caught attention for its disturbing content. A group of friends had gone into the forest at night with a camera and flashlights. While walking along an overgrown trail, they noticed movement in the brush. Expecting an animal, they turned their lights toward it and began filming. What appeared was no ordinary creature. A strange figure lifted its head, its glowing eyes shining back at the lens. It had a dog-like face, sharp teeth, and pointed ears. Suddenly, it charged toward the group. The footage ended abruptly as the creature lunged at them. Skeptics suggested it was a monkey, but slowed-down frames revealed canine features. Many believe this was a rare sighting of the Dogman, a dangerous cryptid said to roam remote forests. 23. The haunting Dogman encounter. A chilling video surfaced online, showing what appears to be a dogman caught on camera. The footage, allegedly recorded by two men boating through a marsh late at night, quickly drew attention. One of the men reportedly died soon after uploading it, though this claim has not been verified. In the video, a massive creature can be seen. It stands upright like a human, but is covered in thick fur with the head of a canine. Its frame looks muscular and powerful, unlike anything known in the wild. Both men reportedly thought they were hallucinating until they realized they were seeing the same thing. Some believe the creature itself may have tracked the man down after the footage went public. While the details remain unclear, the video has become a haunting reminder of what might lurk in the dark, leaving behind a disturbing mystery and a tragic story. 22. The night Kata filmed an alien. On June 24, 2025, a video surfaced online that quickly caught attention. It showed something strange, something that didn't seem human. The footage was recorded by a girl named Kata, who had stepped outside after hearing odd high-pitched noises in the night. The sounds repeated over and over, unlike anything she had heard before. At first glance, the video looked too dark to make sense, but when slowed down and brightened, a figure appeared. In the trees, a pale being with a round head and huge black eyes seemed to be watching. Kata herself didn't notice it at the time. It was only after the clip went viral that people began pointing out the figure. The shape resembled the classic alien image known as a gray. Small, thin, with grayish skin and large almond-shaped eyes. Whether it was real or not, the eerie noises and the haunting figure left many unsettled. 21st Appalachian creature caught on camera. The Appalachian woods are never silent at night, but this time felt different. A small group set out to film paranormal activity, despite injuries and failing flashlights. The trail grew darker with every step, and soon faint crunches echoed in the distance. Something was moving, heavy and deliberate, just beyond the trees. Whispers rose on the cold air, mixed with knocks and sudden thuds, as if rocks or nuts were being thrown from above. They caught fleeting shapes, broad wings, glowing eyes, and tall black figures standing in the shadows. The deeper they went, the heavier the air became, until it felt like the forest itself was closing in. At one point, a voice seemed to whisper, "Join us." The words were followed by sharp crashes in the branches and a chill that froze their arms. Even the flashlights flickered, leaving the trail wrapped in unnatural darkness. When a shadow leaned from behind a tree, the group finally turned back. They left shaken, certain that something ancient and unfriendly still guarded the Appalachian woods. 20. The crawling shape. Late at night, an empty street was being watched through an infrared camera. The place was quiet, no people and no cars in sight. For a moment, nothing seemed unusual. Then, out of the darkness, a strange figure appeared. It crawled across the road on all fours. Its movements were slow and twisted, nothing like the way a person would move. Watching it felt unsettling, as if something unnatural had slipped into the real world. Some people brushed it off as a prank or someone acting for attention, but others swore it looked more like a creature pulled straight out of a nightmare. Whatever it was, the sight was disturbing enough to make anyone shut their doors and check their locks twice that night. Word spread fast, and the eerie crawl still lingers in people's minds. 19. The muscular Bigfoot of Mount Washington. A recent photo has sparked fresh debate about Bigfoot. It shows a heavily built, ape-like creature lurking in a stream on Mount Washington in New Hampshire. A couple hiking near the area reported spotting it while it was hunched down, reaching into the water. At first, they assumed it was a bear, but the figure quickly ran off on two legs, moving more like a human than an animal. The creature looks smaller than the classic image of Sasquatch, leading some to believe it could be a juvenile Bigfoot. Still, its thick shoulders, powerful arms, and broad back suggest immense strength. Unlike most blurry sightings, this photo is sharp and clear, adding weight to the claims. New Hampshire has long carried whispers of Bigfoot sightings. With its rugged mountains and dense forests, the region continues to fuel stories of strange beings roaming the wilderness. 18. the 67-foot mystery. In 2008, a man inherited a large piece of land from his grandfather. Scattered across the property were trail cameras that had been left running for years. Curious, he gathered the SD cards and began checking what they had captured. Most of the photos showed ordinary wildlife, deer, rabbits, and other small animals. Then, one image stood out. It showed a towering figure, estimated at nearly 67 feet tall. The creature looked hunched, with fur that thinned as it went down its body. At first glance, it could be mistaken for a bear, but the details didn't quite fit. The picture itself was surprisingly clear for a trail cam of that time. Skeptics claimed it was a person in a costume or hunting gear, but the land was private, making that unlikely. Was it a hoax, or had the camera really captured something unexplainable? 17. The Mission, British Columbia Bigfoot sighting. Back in 2013, a couple went hiking in Mission, British Columbia, a place often linked to Bigfoot sightings. Their walk was peaceful until they reached a hill that sloped into a drop and rose again on the other side. From where they stood, they noticed movement across the hill. One of them pulled out a camera and started filming. What the lens captured looked strange. An upright figure, large and slow, moving down the slope with long strides. The way it walked didn't quite look human. At first, they thought it could be a person in costume, but the area was remote, hard to reach, and not the kind of place someone would risk dressing as Bigfoot. Hunters in the region could mistake them for the real thing, with dangerous consequences. The footage left the hikers and later viewers puzzled, adding to British Columbia's long list of mysterious sightings. 16. The Shadow in Packen Canyon. Utah's Packen Canyon is usually calm, with quiet trails and tall trees. But one hiker's camera caught something that disturbed that peace. As he scanned the forest, a huge dark figure moved between the trees. Its size and heavy steps looked more like a gorilla than anything that belongs in Utah. But gorillas don't live here. Curious and uneasy, the hiker zoomed in for a closer look. The figure seemed to notice. For a brief moment, its shape was clear. Then it slipped back into the deep woods. Locals have whispered about Bigfoot in these canyons for years. To some, this clip is just shadows playing tricks. To others, it feels like one of those rare times when the legend shows itself. The moment was quick, but it left behind questions that still have no answers. 15. The Forest Signs. Scott Carpenter set out on another trip into the deep woods, carrying the same mix of curiosity and caution that had defined his years of searching for Bigfoot. He returned to a stick structure he had built earlier, but something was wrong. The balanced stick was gone, snapped clean in half, and left nearby. To Scott, it felt deliberate, as if something wanted him to notice. As he moved deeper into the forest, faint noises followed him. Branches snapped, underbrush shifted, and now and then, he caught sight of something dark slipping between the trees. It was quick, large, and unsettling. Then he found something solid, a huge footprint pressed deep into the ground, nearly 17 inches long, with clear toe and heel marks. The evidence thrilled him, but it also frustrated him. The signs were there: broken structures, strange noises, fleeting figures, and now a track. Yet proof always slipped away. Still, that was enough to keep him coming back. 14. The Swaying Tree on the Mountain. A group of teenagers was exploring a mountain when they spotted something strange. On the slope, one tree stood out. It swayed in a way that looked unnatural, as if something strong was pushing it. When they looked closer, the sight became even more disturbing. In the video, the tree doesn't just move, it snaps, almost like a giant force had broken it apart. It wasn't the wind, and it didn't seem like a normal fall. The scene left many uneasy. Some thought it could be the work of a huge creature hiding in the wilderness, while others believed it was just a rare but natural event. The footage still raises questions. Was it really Bigfoot, or simply nature showing its power strangely? 13. The shadow in the trees. These photos capture what many believe to be one of the scariest Bigfoot encounters. A tall, dark figure stands silently at the edge of a clearing, half hidden among the trees. Its height, long arms, and broad frame set it apart from a human shape. The body seems covered in thick dark hair, giving it the eerie look described in countless Bigfoot reports. What makes the sight more unsettling is the way it simply stands there, almost blending with the forest, as if watching. There is no movement, no rush toward the open ground, just a heavy presence that feels out of place. Such images feed into old stories of Bigfoot encounters, where the creature appears without warning and leaves just as suddenly. The lack of answers makes the scene even more chilling. Was it a person in disguise or something unknown? The mystery only adds to the fear of what could be hiding in the wilderness. 12. The Southern Georgia Cryptid sighting. In September, a trail camera in southern Georgia captured a strange figure standing among the trees. The image shows something tall and broad, blending into the shadows of the forest. Its size compared to the nearby trees makes it look huge and out of place. Some people believe it could be Bigfoot, pointing to the thick build and hunched outline that matches old sightings. Others claim the head shape looks more like a Dogman, a creature often described as part wolf, part human. The faint details of the face seem to support that idea, though the photo is too blurry to be clear. What makes this image so unsettling is how solid and real the figure looks. It doesn't appear like a trick of the light. Whether it's a person, an animal, or something unknown, the sight adds to the list of disturbing cryptid encounters caught on camera. 11. Creature on the highway. Late one night on the Basilis Nova Highway in Colombia, a group of travelers came across something they could not explain. Out of the darkness, a figure appeared on the road. It looked human, but moved in a way that was unsettling and unnatural. One of the passengers pulled out his phone and began recording. The shaky video shows the creature walking slowly, its form barely lit by the vehicle's headlights. The sound in the clip is simple, just the hum of the engine and the heavy breathing of those inside the car. The reaction suggests they were stunned by what they saw. The footage, first shared on a Colombian channel called Sensal Relatos, has since been slowed down and enhanced for closer inspection. Enlarged versions reveal even more of its strange, human-like shape. To this day, no one has been able to say for sure what that eerie figure really was. 10. The mysterious trail cam capture in Canada. A recent trail cam photo from Canada has stirred up fresh debate. The image shows what looks like the paw or hand of a massive creature. It is covered in dark reddish-brown fur, with long, sharp claws and fingers that appear more human-like than animal. Some parts of the photo even seem to show bare skin, though it is hard to tell from such a close angle. Skeptics suggest it could simply be a bear's paw. Yet, the long stretched fingers don't quite match the short, stubby ones of a bear. That detail has many questioning what the camera really caught. Canada has one of the oldest traditions of Bigfoot-like beings, with stories from indigenous people dating back centuries. From old legends to modern reports, sightings continue across forests and wilderness. Whether this photo is proof of Bigfoot or just a trick of nature remains uncertain. 9. Floating figure with flashing light. A video posted on TikTok by user crazy_crystal_pistol has caught a lot of attention. It shows what seems to be a humanoid figure floating in the air. The figure doesn't appear to be attached to anything and looks like it's just hanging there. What makes the clip stranger is a sudden flash of light coming from the figure after the user speaks. It's unclear what caused this light or where it came from. Some viewers think it could be CGI, while others have guessed it might be something paranormal, maybe even a person attempting some unusual stunt. Whether real or staged, the footage leaves a creepy feeling. The figure's movement, its hovering position, and the unexplained light have sparked debate online, making this one of the more unsettling clips recently shared on the platform. 8. A glimpse of the unknown. A TikTok user called Critter Chronicles shared a video that has left people divided. In the short clip, a small shadowy figure appears near the center left of the screen. It floats up and down in an odd way, not quite like an insect. When the footage is slowed and zoomed in, the shape almost looks like a tiny humanoid form, with what seem to be faint wings. Some viewers claim this could be evidence of a fairy, pointing out its floating movement and its placement near the trees, which fits many common tales of woodland spirits. Others dismiss it as nothing more than a bug passing by the lens, or perhaps just computer effects designed to trick the eye. Though the video is blurry, its strange motion and unusual form keep people watching it again and again. Whether it's fantasy or fact, the clip leaves a lingering sense of mystery. 7. The cliffside figure. A chilling video recently surfaced on TikTok, shared by a user called What's Watching Me?. The clip shows a casual shot taken over the shoulder while walking near a cliff. But in the distance, something unusual appears. A dark figure stands against the cliffside, still and strange, almost blending into the rocks. The shape is hard to explain. Some who've seen it think it resembles a gnome, while others call it a woodland spirit. A few suggest it could be clever CGI. Yet even when zoomed in, the figure doesn't lose its detail. It holds form in a way that feels unsettling. It doesn't match the outline of known cryptids like a chupacabra, and it doesn't look alien either. Whatever it is, its presence raises more questions than answers. For many viewers, the clip serves as a warning that the woods often hold secrets better left undiscovered. 5. The strange figure by the fire. A Facebook user shared a photo taken during a quiet night by a bonfire. They'd gone out with a friend, just playing around and taking pictures with a phone. Everything seemed normal until one picture revealed something unsettling. In the background, a human-like figure appeared to be leaning out from behind. It didn't look like a trick of the light or a shadow. It looked like some kind of creature watching them. What made it even more disturbing was that the two friends were completely alone in that spot. The place was said to be ancient Native American tribal ground, though the user could not confirm it. Still, many locals claimed it was true. The photo, combined with the eerie history of the land, left the friends shaken and full of questions. 4. The mystery in the field. A Facebook user shared a picture of a field early in the morning, taken because the moon looked striking. At first glance, the photo seemed ordinary, but something odd appeared in the background. What looked like a dog caught the user's attention, leading to a closer look to figure out its breed. The image quickly raised questions. Was it a real animal or just some trick of the camera? The strange shape left viewers puzzled until more details came out later. An update revealed the truth. It wasn't a dog at all. The shape was just a bag tied up to mark the first point for a new fence project. What started as a curious mystery turned out to be something simple, yet it shows how easy it is to mistake everyday objects for something unusual. 3. The dog that turned human in Veracruz. A strange video from Veracruz, Mexico, recorded on September 27, 2024, is stirring up the internet. It shows a lone dog walking along an empty street late at night. The footage seems normal at first, but then something unusual happens. The dog appears to change shape and turn into a human figure right on camera. Viewers have been shocked and confused, with some calling it a clever trick or digital edit. Others point to old stories about shapeshifters and say this might be proof of something real. No one has been able to explain the footage yet. It could be a simple illusion, or it could be something much stranger. Either way, the video has left people questioning what they just saw and whether the world is hiding secrets we don't yet understand. 2. The still figure in the trees. On June 7, 2024, a short video clip surfaced online that sparked debate. A man exploring alone in the woods noticed something strange high in a tree. He pulled out his phone and captured a brief recording. Through branches and moss, a dark, human-shaped figure can be seen perched on a limb. The figure never moves, which some say matches reports of Bigfoot staying perfectly still to blend with its surroundings. Others dismiss it as nothing more than tree bark, moss, or shadows forming an illusion. The man who filmed it believed he had seen Bigfoot. He did not stay long enough to check and quickly left the area. Many accounts describe Bigfoot as using camouflage and silence to avoid being spotted. Whether this was a real encounter or just a trick of nature, the mystery remains. 1. The shadow on the cemetery wall. In Amparo, Paraíba, a security camera recorded something that still unsettles many people. The footage begins with two neighbors standing on the sidewalk, talking casually. Everything seems normal until an elderly man moves a parked motorcycle. At that moment, a dark figure suddenly appears on top of the cemetery wall. The man looks up, frozen with fear. He quickly steps back, unsure of what he just saw. The strange shadow lingers for a moment before vanishing. The video spread fast online, drawing endless debate. Some viewers think it was just a trick of the light or a passing shadow. Others believe it was something far more sinister, maybe a ghost, or even a jinn watching from the wall. To this day, no one knows what that figure really was, but the mystery continues to haunt those who have seen it. Seeing the clip, what do you think it could be? Some unknown creature or ghost or something else? Let us know your views in the comments below. And for more disturbing encounters, watch this next one.